Hello everybody and welcome to the 8th week of the ENC Draft League. I realized I haven't showed the standings in a while, so here they are. Team number 1 is El Paso Ice Cube, followed by Winterville Weaviles, and they actually play each other this week, which is really interesting. So if Winterville Weavile wins at all, they move up to number 1, because they actually have better differential than Glist with the El Paso Ice Cubes. So, you know, any win for them brings them up to number 1, since they'll be 6-1, or 7-1, and then Glist will also be 7-1. But if Glist wins it all, he'll be 8-0, and he's definitively the number 1. So no matter who wins this match, they get number 1 seed. No matter who loses gets number 2, because even with, no, actually if Winterville Weavile loses worse than 2-0, or 0-2, Sigtrick can get number 2. So actually Winterville Weavile could move up or down depending on what happened, but Glist is guaranteed to 1 or 2. Sigtrick is locked in, because he's finished all his matches, he's locked in at number 3. Colin has finished all his matches, but he's not necessarily locked in at number 4, because me or weaselman could both pass him. Whoever wins, because I play weaselman in number 6. If I win, I could potentially, I at least get plus 14, but never more than plus 22. Wait, no, I can only go up to 19, yeah. So, I can jump up to number 4. Weaselman can also jump up to number 4 if he wins at least plus 4 in this match, so at least 4-0 or better. And Greenville Grievards is locked in at number 7, because that plus 13 is crazy for having 3 losses. That's ridiculous. So, yeah, if Weaselman loses, actually, depending on who loses between me or Weaselman, we will jump down to number 7, and he will move up to number 6, I suppose. So he's not locked in at number 7, but he's not, excuse me, he's not ever going to go down. He's only ever going to go up. Actually, so I think that means he's locked in at number 6. And Memphis Grizzlies is locked in at number 8. Because he's got 4-4, and none of the remaining games could drop down to 4 losses. And he made it there on differential, because the other teams with 4 losses, Smeargles is -7, can never beat his plus 6 differential, and Chiyu -4 can never beat plus 6 differential. So yeah, we can take a look at the matchup. I will do this. Cool. So, we're playing Bite Joltik, weaselman. We've played him once before. We played him in Season 1, or Season 3, my first season, but it was Season 3, Week 1. Last time he had the Darkrai team. This time he's got Mega Mawile, Zygarde, Hisuian Samurai, Garganacl, Cresselia, Rotom-Mow, Cofagrigus, Espeon, Beware, and Druddigon. Or, not Druddigon, Turtonator. If you knew anything about Weaselman, you know he loves his weird mons. Like, I would consider... Whoops, I guess I can't click, otherwise it removes mine. These two are definitely weird core mons. And then, like, all the other guys are, like, sort of like a... Not the most common pick for their role, right? Like, for a Fizzwall, you would not normally go Cofagrigus. Garganacl is not standard, but... Or it's more standard than the average Weaselman mon, but I'd still say it's a Weaselman mon. I would also say Zygarde is like a Weaselman mon, where it's just like budget Garchomp. When I think, if we can we pull up the draft in order? Hang on. Draft board teams? No, I don't think we can pull up the draft in order. No, I think he took Zygarde first. No, he definitely took Mega Mawile first, but I think that. Because, yeah, he had a chance to get Mega Garchomp, but he just took Zygarde because I guess that's what he wanted. Maybe it's better than Mega Garchomp because it can hold an item. I don't know. It gets better setup moves, like gets Coil, which Garchomp does not get. It gets Dragonance, which Garchomp does not get. It gets Glare is a big one. Actually, I might just straight up lose if it's Glare. I literally didn't really do any prep for Glare, and I'm just now realizing it. So that could be a huge problem. But we'll get to that later. Anyway, looking at the team, this team used to be a lot better, and then it used to be a lot worse, and now it's somewhere in the middle. The initial draft of the team, Colin, Sigtrick, and I, when we did our breakdown, our biggest complaint about the team was that he had, like, no removal, right? We're like, you just stack hazards on this team and you win. But then, all 3 of us sort of at the exact same moment, you can watch the breakdown on Sigtrick's channel, it's really funny. We all sort of realized, oh, he's got Cinderace, so he actually kind of wants you to stack hazards against him, because then he'll just move them to your side. And then he drops Cinderace, and now his team, at that point, his team very much struggled into hazards. I think he's like, let me cook, I've got a plan. and I think the plan was to use Espeon to bounce hazards back, but there are plenty of ones that can set hazards that Espeon does not want to switch in on, like Tyranitar. Espeon does not want to switch in on Tyranitar. Bisharp does not want to switch in on Bisharp at all. Even Garchomp, you know, I can set Spikes or Stealth Rock with Garchomp, and Espeon doesn't really take physical hits that well, so like I don't know how good that is. But he does have some removal. I don't think maybe he had Rotom since the beginning, but yeah, his removal is lacking, and he's got a single defogger in its Rotom. Anyway, we can break down what I think he's gonna bring into me. Can I do? No, I can't do anything. I know what I can do. I can do this and then that, and then now it won't. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Now I can click. I'm so smart. Anyway, I think 100% Malwell comes. I don't think it ever not comes. Into my team, it's like, I think I actually have an okay Mega Malwell matchup. I've got Garchomp and Volcarona to hit it hard. Amoonguss has a bunch, or I'm running physically defensive Amoonguss. I don't know if he's going to know that I'm running physically defensive Amoonguss. I would expect it into this team, though, with, you know, Malwell, Zygarde, Samurott. Well, he does have some special attackers, but, you know, the only one that's really threatening are the Psychic types. Resist this guy on pure typing, and this guy, you know, he's not doing that much unless I'm statused. But then Hex is pretty strong once I'm statused. Excuse me. So I think the Malwell does come. Fairy-type attacks are pretty good with Mega Garchomp and T-Tar. He probably would run... He probably wouldn't run Steel, because the only thing Steel really hits is that T-Tar, which is already weak to Fairy. So in that slot, it's probably either Fire Fang or Knockoff. Knockoff's a little bit scary, but I think Fire Fang is generally better because it lets him hit a Moongus, which he doesn't hit. And then Sucker Punch, I think, has to come, and then probably Swords Dance last. Next, I think Zygarde comes. It is faster than Mega Chomp, so it really means that I can't Mega my Chomp. I mean, if there's no Zygarde, I can just Mega Chomp, and I'm faster than everything. Because that's another big downside of this team, is that it's like a singles Trick Room team, which is not very good, and Espeon's is fastest. I think this guy comes because just hazards, free hazards, are so good if you hit the move, which I'm really hoping that some of my negative karma, I can cash that in here, my Ceaseless Edge karma, and have him miss a couple, because I really could use it. Garganacl is one that I'm not certain on, but looking at it, like, I legitimately think that he has such a hard time with Volcarona if he doesn't bring Garganacl, so I do kind of expect it. It's also really good into, like, Kilowattrel. It's not amazing into Palafin, but Palafin can't easily switch in on it, because if I get hit with Salt Cure, I'm just taking so much damage. Same thing with Bisharp. But a big thing that it does have going for it is that it's got Body Press, and I've got 2 quad weaknesses to fighting. Same thing with, I do actually expect, of the weird core ones, I do expect Cofagrigus. I think I have a very difficult time breaking it, particularly because of this Terra Fighting on it. It can resist my Dark-type attacks from either one of my Dark types. I hit them back with a Stab Body Press, which hits really hard. And it can also spread status with Will-O-Wisp, and a lot of my guys are physical attackers. So that's 5. One more, and I think it would be Rotom. Like, honestly, Rotom is his best water-type switch-in. He doesn't really have great switch-ins. Like, obviously, Cofagrigus can take 2 Wave Crashes, but he doesn't have great healing on it, right? It's probably going to be leftovers, because you really do need the healing over Rocky Helmet. Rocky Helmet would be a problem. But then of course it's got Pain Split, but that's not completely reliable. If I switch into something low and I predict it, you know, he can actually end up hurting himself with it. I do think the Rotom comes for the water-type resist. It's also amazing into Garchomp. Like, having a ground immunity on a team like this, you kind of really do want a ground immunity. The other option, I could see maybe swap Guard for Cress if he really wants his Trick Room up. But I do have an Amoonguss, which is slower than everything here. It speed ties Cofagrigus, which is the slowest. And I am running Min Speed Amoonguss for the Trick Room mode. I could also see, you know, Beware, Last Mon, just as, you know, Fluffy boosts his physical defense against contact moves. I could see Espeon, because Espeon's actually quite a problem speed-wise. It's faster than everybody except Kilowattrel, and I'm not bringing in Kilowattrel because it's not particularly good into a lot of these mons. Turtonator I have done 0 prep for. I'm hoping... Actually, no, I did swap I had Tyranitar in the first draft of the team, sort of just like, oh, it'll probably cover Turtonator. And then, honestly, Terra Water Turtonator could be a big problem. I have to think about that. Yeah, I'll have to think about it. Anyway, we can break down what I have done. So we will start with, can I do that? Yes, I can. Look at that. And then I can just go, oh my god, this is beautiful. We are starting with Palafin. This Palafin is faster than Zygarde, which also means that I'm faster than, this is 95 base speed, which means I'm also faster than the 85 and the 86. Not this guy, but everybody else. Like, literally everybody except Espeon, I'm faster than. Max attack Jolly, I could probably drop it a few points, but I do want the best possible rolls into stuff like Rotom. I think if it's just max HP, I can two-shot it. Let's see. I am not choice banned. I probably should put my spreads in here. Let's see. Oh, I cannot two-shot it. That's because this is Palafin Baby. Yeah, look at this. If it's, I mean, if it is, like, defensive, then I won't two-shot it, but this does give me the best possible rolls. I can maybe even get some more bulk, but I honestly just really feel like the attack is better because stuff like, Samurott Hisui, put that in there, put spikes up, 1 layer spikes. Ice Punch is doing 17 into 42, but if I'm +1, 26, 64, that's 80, that's 90, right? And then the spikes do 12. So I could actually drop it just a touch, but I think the extra bulk's not helping me that much. How am I going to get to +1, you ask? Mirror Herb. Every single week, weaselman brings Zygarde. It's set up with some combination of Coil, Substitute. I don't think he's done Substitute, but I do think it would be Substitute versus me. I think weaselman is the type of guy that would know how Strength Sap works, and he'd be afraid of that Corsola or, you know, Amoonguss, right? I've got a Corsola and Amoonguss, so Substitute is pretty good into me. And then start setting up Dragon Dance or Coil or whatever. But I do have Encore, right? Encore is sort of my secret weapon. I knew Palafin had it from the start, and I've been waiting all season for my chance to use it. I think this is the team to use it against because the Zygarde comes in, let's say on Amoonguss, right? It's going to set up a sub expecting Spore. I switch hard to Palafin on the sub. Now I Encore him into sub, and now he's just wasting turns with his Zygarde. Then, next time Zygarde comes in, obviously he's going to switch to save it. Next time he comes in, he's going to go hard for probably Dragon Dance, right? Expecting, oh, he can't Encore me if I'm faster than him, right? That's the thought process. Boom, Mirror Herb copies the Dragon Dance. Now I can Encore him if I want, but most likely I'm just going to Ice Punch him and one-shot him. So that's that. And then once I'm at +1, he doesn't have any switch-ins, because Cofagrigus will die to 2 Wave Crashes, plus Spikes, and, I mean, this guy also does 2 Wave Crashes, but actually they probably both die to Ice Punch into Wave Crash, so they don't have to take as much recoil. Also, Zero to Hero cannot be turned off by Mummy, which is really good. I can get burned, so I have to watch out for that, but I do have a switch-in for the Cofagrigus, which I guess I'll just jump to right now. I'm running Defensive Volcarona. This is my switch-in for Cofagrigus, always. Like, what's it going to do to me, right? Cofagrigus' moveset is probably some combination of Hex, Body Press, Will-O-Wisp, Pain Split, or Trick Room, maybe, if he wants Trick Room that badly. Especially if there's no Cresselia, that's his only real setter on this team. So, Hex doesn't do that much if I'm not statused, which he can't status me because I'm a Fire type. And Body Press is going to threaten burning himself, but also I resist it, and I have a ton of defense investment. This is faster than everybody except the Zygarde. I don't really feel like I need to be faster than Zygarde because Palafin's my Zygarde check. This guy's not really doing anything to Zygarde, right? It could do like 25 or 26% max with Giga Drain. The special attack is actually very important. It's for max Spadef Garganacl. So basically, anytime Amoonguss and Garganacl are on the field at the same time, Amoonguss is slower. So if the Garganacl tries to recover, it'll recover to, let's just say, 100%, right? It maxes itself out. Then Amoonguss is going to do 25% with Giga Drain, right? 25% minimum. Then, obviously, that's as high as the guard can get. So it's going to switch out, come back in, take spikes. So it was at 75%. Now it's going to be at 63%. And this amount of special attack has Giga Drain doing, I think, 31%. So it would take 3 minimum rolls to not kill it, which is like a 98.9% chance or something to not kill. Max special defense. If it's anything short of that, it dies 100% of the time. Also, I guess it could be some mostly physically defensive with leftovers would still die. Then, obviously, Flamethrower. I guess I could have done Fiery Dance, but I'm not running Quiver Dance, as you may have seen, so I just figured more damage when I come in. Don't need to set up. Roost, obviously, for healing. And Defog is the big one, over Quiver Dance, because, like I said, this guy is going to get hazards for free, and I want the opportunity to remove them as often as possible. So, obviously, I do have Spinner Guy here, but I'm also going to run Defog. Originally, I had Slow Valley, but he was just taking way too much chip since he can't wear boots. I could have done Flying Sylvally, I guess, but the problem is Zygarde hits flying types anyway, and obviously he could set rocks with a couple of these guys. I think Coffer gets rocks, and Zygarde actually doesn't feel like it would, but maybe it does. But obviously Garganacl can set rocks whenever it comes in, so I'm trading off being immune to spikes to being weaker to rocks on a guy that can't wear boots, so I don't know. We can jump over to Conehead now. Close Combat, Triple Axle, Rapid Spin, Toxic. Intimidate. I am running a lot of moves that are benefited by, or at least 2, that are benefited by Technician. But I want Intimidate, because this guy is a great switch-in for Samurai. It's actually probably one of the best in the game. Immune, or not immune, but resists Dark and intimidates it first, and then threatens it out with CC. The only problem is that weaselman does have a spin blocker, and I remember from when we played singles, I knew that back then I expected him. I didn't know how good he was since it was literally the first week, but I'm like, I just kind of am going to assume that everybody knows what they're doing. So like I send up my Cyclizar, threatening to spin the hazards, and then he switched right to his ghost type, or he terastallized his Cryogonal to a ghost type, or I don't remember exactly how it went, but he did know about spin blocking, and if the Cofagrigus is there, I think he 100% goes Cofagrigus on my Hitmontop, because like what's Hitmontop gonna do? Like the best dark type move it doesn't get knockoff, it gets like Thief or Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch doesn't work on a switch, so it's Thief or Brutal Swing, right? Can I do, yeah, okay. So boom, Toxic on the switch, immediate Toxic on the Cofagrigus. It's significantly less threatening. Even if it was the Terra Poison to avoid Toxic, he wouldn't be able to do that on a switch, which is really good. Also in the late game, once the hazards are gone and the Samurai has gone down and this guy's Toxic, if it is Substitute Zygarde, I can use Triple Axle. Unfortunately, without being Technician, I can't break the Substitute in one hit and then hit it with the other 2, but I will hit the first 2, and if I hit all 3, the third one will do like 60 or 70%. It's maybe not that much. Depends on also if it's bulky Zygarde or fast Zygarde, but I do a lot. And if he doesn't have the Substitute up, if I switch in on the turn he subs, I do get Intimidate before the sub goes up, which is really good. This guy is also one of the few guys that can take a +1 hit from Zygarde. It can take an Outrage. Actually, maybe not +1. He might be, neutral because of the Intimidate. But yeah, just great at removing the hazards. And I really wanted a hazard removal that can wear boots in addition to the Volcarona. Next up we have, I'll jump to Amoonguss. This guy's one of the most important in the match. Actually, probably the most important guy in this matchup. These 2 are probably the best 2, with everybody else just being niche guys to cover. Like, this guy covers Zygarde, this guy covers Samurai. This guy will cover the Psychics, the dual Psychics. I needed to bring one of my Dark types, even though it's really bad into both Body Press guys and Sacred Sword guy and Play Rough guy. Just 2 special attacking Psychics. I had to bring one of T-Tar or Bisharp. Anyway, Among Us. Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, Synthesis, Spore. So, min speed for Trick Room. Giga Drain is doing, like I said, 25% of this. Sludge Bomb does half to this. And Spore will put somebody on the team to sleep. Probably the Mawile. I think he might expect to be able to go Mawile relatively safely. Like, on any attacks, right? Like, if let's say he has either Purifying Salt guy or Rotom, immune to Spore, he might think it's safe to switch Mawile because, this guy's baiting a Steel type attack. Mawile resists, or is immune to that. This guy's baiting a Grass type attack. Mawile resists that. He might think it's safe. Might be able to catch him off guard, hit a Spore on the switch. He also might think that I'm, mixed bulk and go for like a Fire Fang, and then boom, max physical defense, and then Spore. Then once the Mawile's sleeping, I can switch to Garchomp, not T-Tar. This Garchomp is faster than Samurott pre-Mega Evolved or post-Mega Evolved, my bad. And, oh wait, I need to do this, I think, right? I do this. Boom, save. And that also means that before I'm Mega Evolved, I'm faster than Zygarde by a couple points. So it's a nice little dual benchmark there. We'll make it Mega again, because I like it that way, since I technically drafted Garchomp Mega. I have Spikes as my hazards. I've debated between Spikes and Stealth Rocks. Ultimately, I like Spikes more, even though it doesn't hit these two. It does more into this, this, and this, right? And the only the only thing that Rock would do more against would be this, which, you know, probably wears Boots anyway, right? Because it's a spinner weak to Rocks. Oh, actually, I think this guy gets Rapid Spin. That's his other spinner. I think it's terrible, so I don't know if he's going to bring it or not. I actually kind of would like him to bring it. Well, I'm not going to say that, because I haven't prepped for it at all. But, like, you know, having, like, a slot that could be Rotom, Zygarde, Mawile, Cofagrigus. Not super worried about the Samurott, but yeah, honestly, no Samurott would be really nice. Having one of these slots not taken by this, I guess one of those slots not taken by that. This guy I don't expect to be a problem, because Amoonguss does hard check him. I forgot to mention I've got Covert Cloak, so that I don't take damage from Sulk here. Anyway, this guy's my hazard setter. Earthquake just does good damage into everybody except the Levitators. I have Poison Jab specifically just for Rotom. I don't think it gets anything better. I guess I could do Fire Fang, but that's significantly weaker. And Flamethrower is probably also weaker, although Flamethrower would probably hit Beware. Let's see. Rotom Mow, Garchomp. Although the thing is that Baby Garchomp's special attack is so much worse than Mega, because he gets 40. Let's make Flamethrower. Does Flamethrower 2-shot max HP? No, it does not. And Poison Jab, I'm assuming, does. Oops, that's not Jab. Yeah, Poison Jab does. Although, if it's max physical defense bold, it's actually still stronger. Because this, I would also be Jolly, not Naive. Yeah. Yeah, Poison Jab is just stronger into everything probably except Beware. Because Beware is technically weak to fire. Yeah, but Earthquake is still stronger into Beware because Fluffy only affects contact moves. So, Poison Jab is just the correct choice, I think. I do have Outrage. I thought about Scale Shot, but I just want Outrage. Because if the Zygarde comes in trying to, you know, scare me out, I'll just hit it for like 90%. Yeah, I just wanted something into the Zygarde. And then last one is this guy. Like I said, he's there for the Psychic types. This speed is faster than Mega Mawile, max speed, but not Jolly. This is going to 2-shot Mega Mawile at +1, which I can get to through my Defiant ability. He'll come in as regular Mawile and intimidate me first. I get to +1. Iron Head now 2-shots him after Mega Evolving. It's actually overkill because if he switches in on me as Baby Mawile, then he's gonna take like 80% since its defense is so much lower. And then he'll Mega. Knockoff Sucker Punch. This is a Terra Captain, even though it doesn't look like it because I'm Terra Dark. I do just want the extra damage on Knockoff Sucker Punch into, you know, these two, and then Sucker Punch for this guy. Yeah, I think I've hit most of the points. Like I said, this team is very weak to Glare. I hope not to see Glare. I really hope to just see setup Zygarde. Glare could ruin me, and I haven't thought about it enough, I don't think. But then again, what are you gonna do, right? Like, that's one of the things about weaselman's playstyle, is that he has a bunch of weird mons that all do their own thing. And I can't really account for everything, right? I can't run a Lumberry on all my guys, because I want to run Boots on all my guys for the Samurott, so I don't know. We will see how it goes. I'll hop right into the battle. Like I said, this is determining which of us is going to make... I think... If I win, I think I'm guaranteed 4th place. Because, yeah, even if I have -6 to my differential, I'm still, at least, at worst, tied with Colin. And we have a head-to-head... I have the head-to-head win. Oh, no. If I lose, right? If I lose, then no way I'm passing Colin, right? Because I have an extra loss. So, Weaselman, if he wins... 4-0 or better, he jumps up to 4th. If I win at all, I jump up to 4th. If I lose, I think I stay 5th. No, obviously I'm going to drop to 6th because I'm going to drop below Weaselman. But I will also drop below Greenville Greavard. So I drop to 7th if I lose. And Weaselman can drop... Weaselman actually drops also to 7th. Yeah, so that's how that works. So I will hop right into it, and we'll see you then. Alright, here we go. He did bring both Psychics. That's really interesting. So let's see. What did he leave behind, actually? Let me pull up his team. No Garganackle, no Samurott, and instead he has brought Cresselia and Espeon. So the no Samurott lead is actually really interesting. It makes Hitmontop a lot worse, and I would also really like to have Quiver Dance on my Volk. I am going to bring... I mean, I have to lead Palafin, so I guess I get to just react to what he does. Oh. I got my mate Sean here.
What's up?
Alright, it's...
My mate Dave.
My mate Dave. Alright, we got Mo Rotom. I am a little bit worried. So let's see, there's two options here. There's either Will-O-Wisp, in which case I want to go Among Us, or it's Trick, which would be very bad if I go Among Us, in which case I want to go Garchomp, but I don't want to let Garchomp get burned. So I'm actually just going to go Among Us, and I'm just hoping that this is not Trick. Okay. 12% is completely... It's very bulky, so I don't think it's Scarf, because it would have to have... Let's see, if it's 252, it could be some middle amount, I suppose. I'm going this. I don't think Espeon has a way to hit Bisharp at all. Oh, that's actually a lot of damage. I didn't think about that. Let me see, is that Specs? Alluring Voice is 27%. Yeah, try Specs, right? Yeah, I'm gonna just knock off. Okay, let's see what this item is. Light Clay, okay. Going, let's see. Light Clay means it's probably not Will-O-Wisp, so I'm gonna go Garchomp. What the fuck? Okay. If it's Light Clay, I guess it's Reflect and Will-O-Wisp. I'm gonna get Spikes up. Actually, is that crazy? Would he go Espeon on Garchomp? No way, he goes Espeon on Garchomp.
Oh, now this shit could have anything.
No, it's definitely gonna have Grass Move last. I'm a Poison Jab. I can go Volk at any point to get rid of this screen. I would love a Poison here. Damn, Rocky Helmet. Okay. I'm going Bucket Head again. Maybe Crest would have been, or okay, Volk was not the correct play. All right, in thinking. I'm definitely slower than Rotom because I don't have like a lot of speed on this guy. Actually, what is neutral speed Rotom? 208. I am slower than that. This guy doesn't hit me for anything. I could just knock again. Yeah, I'll just knock again. I'll take that. I'll take that helmet off. Lower my special attack. Damn it. That's 23. This guy's losing a lot of health. I wish I did have the rest set. I'll do that. I should live this. Yep, okay, good. And now somebody's dying because the Reflect's gone. Now, the question is, I could predict the Mawile. Mawile's his only switch for knockoff. Because Rotom dies, right? 6% chance to die.
Very high.
I'm faster than Mawile. It doesn't even matter. Yeah, okay. Okay, this is good. Okay, I killed it.
There's only 6% chance it died?
It was 6% chance if it's max defense. It could have some special defense.
Good position to be in.
Yeah, it's not terrible. I think he's going to try and set up here. I'm just going to knock. Actually, it could be E-Speed, but I'm still going to knock regardless. I think this guy's done his job. Well, the only thing is... Okay, it is E-Speed. I can scare it out with... I scare it out with Palafin, I think. I've taken the helmet, which is really nice. I'm going to Ice Punch. It's probably Mawile, but that's fine. It's 27? I think that's just dead. Okay, almost. I go Garchomp.
The ever dependable. Or no, it wasn't even sashed.
But look, the ever dependable rough skin. Garchomp's getting insane value after being burned. Yeah, no, it lived on 3. It just lived that. Which means I guess we can check the set. It was, it had some of, no, it didn't have to have any bulk because Ice Punch wasn't a guaranteed KO. Okay, this guy comes in. Volk is my dedicated switch for this.
Miss.
It is Miss Tuesday. Yeah. Oh yes, this woman. Okay, that's is that fine? I think it's okay. Terra Poison. I was expecting Terra Fighting. Oh, that's interesting. I will do that again. And he's dead in 2 more. Oh, no, with leftovers, it's another one.
Most effective? What do you think he was poisoned for?
I actually don't know. I can go Among Us here. Okay. I will spore him expeditiously.
What was the name scheme this week?
Plants vs. Zombies.
Okay.
Let's check. 20%. I'll go, let's see, 30. I'll go Conehead, and as long as he gets asleep for 2 turns, I'm okay. I'll get health when I leave because I'm Regenerator. That's fine by me, I think, actually. Well, we know that this is Specs, actually. So, do I just sack? Hang on, how much is Jet Punch doing to this guy? 64? I don't want to lose HP on that guy. I will sack you.
For any excuse to kill that fucking Garchomp.
Yeah, he was done done to me. Alright, Dolphin Rider coming in. The ever-dependable Dolphin Rider. Psyshock is doing 67%. I'll just Wave Crash. Somebody's taking this. Let's see. So there is Mawile still alive. It's a little bit dicey with these guys both damaged. Okay, this is fine. I'm actually completely happy with taking this guy for, like, free. Oh, he was just sacking the Sleeping Mon is the thing. He was also afraid that I was choice banned. I hadn't shown my item yet. Although he actually probably should have been able to tell that I wasn't choice banned because I didn't kill the Zygarde.
Somebody wasn't paying attention.
I can't lose 0 to hero.
Merch form.
Merch form. Alright. Is this guy necessary? Let's see. 75% chance to get 1-shot. I'll just Jet Punch. Yeah, I did get 1-shot. It is a little bit rough. How much is Volk taking from... Volk is 1-shot. Among Us is 1-shot. 93% chance, but if I'm at 100%, I live guaranteed.
This thing kind of a threat.
Yeah, honestly, it's actually very difficult. I think my best play is to do this, unfortunately. I think I have to sack him.
No, they're intimidated.
Doesn't matter. Now Amoonguss comes in and lives. It's actually interesting to note that at this point, Colin is guaranteed at least 4th place because this guy needed to win 4-0 or better to pass Colin.
Nice.
I'll Spore.
What?
Oh, he's healing it. Okay, I think that's game over then.
What the fuck was that?
He kills himself and heals this. Alright, that's GG.
Damn.
I did not have the play for Espeon. I thought that Bisharp would come in and do enough, but the Alluring Voice definitely got my ass.
That is crazy. Yeah, that Psyshock is mean.
Can I don't think I can avoid this. I mean, it doesn't matter. You're faster than me, and Volk doesn't live. No, I can't. I'm not allowed to Terravolt. So I'm still a guaranteed playoffs. I was guaranteed before this. We were both guaranteed playoffs. So he does not actually progress high enough. His standing will be 5th place, and I'll drop to 7th. But that's still both top 8. So that's completely fine.
And then you just gotta win the playoffs.
Yeah, no. At this point, it doesn't change it. Oh, look, Sigtrick already put it in. Still plus 11 differential. I have better differential than him, even though I lost an extra game. Yeah, the only thing is that the only thing is I didn't expect both Psychics to come. I brought my Dark because I had to bring a Dark for at least one of the Psychics, but 2 Psychics was just enough to overwhelm my Dark type. Regardless, though, I should have done Quiver Dance. The Defog was there because I thought Samurott was going to come, and this guy was going to be somebody else, but he was... I'm just like, there's no way he brings both Psychics, so I brought my Fighting type. I should have brought... Let me look at my guys. I mean, in hindsight, obviously, bring double Darks. I did not think double Psychic was coming to double Dark. I should have brought... I mean, I had Silvally at first, which would have been better.
Gotta let them off Quiver.
Yeah, I know. I should have had the Quiver Dance. I legitimately could have won this very easily with Quiver Dance, but I didn't have it this time. Anyway, that's the end for the regular season. I will see you guys in the playoffs. I don't know who I'm going to be playing, because these top teams...
Not the goddamn El Paso SQ.
I know. Top 3 teams, I guess, get to pick among the bottom 4 who they want to play. So I don't expect Gliss to pick me, because he's probably afraid of me. And then I've also played both of these people, so I could end up being stuck with Colin. And if we look at the last time I played Colin, I won that, so pretty good.